Hello, everyone, and welcome to the one show that actually answers the question, what is it like when two atoms collide? This could get weird with me, Adam Stone.
And me, Adam Blosher.
That's right. The show that answers that question, like nobody else can. So, how was your week, sir?
Kind of jam-packed with random shit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I've recently gotten kind of bored with consoles and video games and all that stuff, and it feels like I've been fading away from that part of my life, but I want to cling on to it as long as I can.
Yeah.
So I went in to the good old-fashioned GameStop, and I traded in half my library for like $20.
You just got $20 out of it?
Well, I didn't. I got a little bit more, but not too much. And I got a new game for my 3DS, because that's my main console right now.
Uh-huh.
And it's fun. It's one of those weird Japanese titles, but the basis of the game is you're a samurai fighting demons.
It's not Samurai Jack or something like that, or is it that cool?
Honestly enough, I don't know Samurai Jack. Never seen it.
Really?
Yeah.
That was like during your
chance,
period of time, though. That was like, yeah, like your era.
It was, but it was on cable. I didn't have cable growing up.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah.
It's cool though, because it has like a fable effect on it, where you have choices that can like help you be good or help you be bad.
Yeah.
That changes the story. It's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, right now, as far as video games are concerned, I don't know, there's a lot of games I still haven't beaten.
Yeah.
Like Last of Us, for one, I haven't just sat down and beaten. I played through, like, the first little bit of it, and then I was, something else happened, and see, I got, that Metal Gear, Rising, I still haven't beaten. I got a little bit into that, and I was just like, all right, something else. And the one I do want to actually just sit down and get into is the Metal Gear, the HD collection I have. I need to get down and beat the Peace Walker, because that's kind of like it's another one of the 100 prequels that have come out. And it's actually part of the canon, though, as far as, like, for the next games that are coming out, the Metal Gear Solid 5.
I heard a rumor that that's going to be canceled.
Why is that? I mean, where'd you hear that?
Someone was posting, like, a link that showed I forget the creator's name, but it was like, he's becoming disappointed with the game and was thinking about canceling it and just doing a redo.
This late in the game? I hope not.
I didn't really click on the link because I'm not a Metal Gear guy. I'm like, I'm sure Adam will see it or something.
No, I mean, the latest Game Informer is all about it. But the thing is, I think people are kind of getting pissed, though. I mean, granted, it's a cheap price tag, but the one that's going to come out next month in March, I think, it's called Ground Zeroes. And basically, it's kind of a prequel or a prelude to the actual game that's coming out, which is going to be the Phantom Pain. And this game is going to be basically maybe an hour worth of gameplay.
How many cutscenes?
Interestingly enough, he says that, like, in Phantom Pain, he has cut down cutscenes to the point that it's all done within the actual gameplay.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know, how many cutscenes are going to be in this.
I remember how you tricked me on the first time I watched you do a playthrough of Metal Gear.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know how fucking long that cutscene was going to last. Over an hour.
Well, that was, in 4 they were like that. They were really notorious for that.
You didn't even warn me. No warning whatsoever. Just like, oh, it's a cutscene.
Hey, I had to find out the hard way. But I honestly like the cutscenes. I
wasn't ready for it, so I was actually kind of tired when it first started, so I was fighting to stay awake to watch the whole thing.
Right.
But if I was prepared for it, I would have, like, gone to the bathroom or something. I had to hold that shit in.
Yeah, he's pretty notorious for having a lot of damn narrative, but I think he's cut out a lot of that in these next games where it's all interactive. So, hopefully, but, yeah, it's weird though because like the first game it's like a 2-part game. The first game is going to come out, it's going to be like about $30. But that's going to be on all the current gen and last gen, like PS3, Xbox 360, and then they're going to have it on the PS4 and Xbox One as well. It's funny, though, because the PS4 version is the only one that goes up to 1080 and plays at 60 frames per second. Even the Xbox One can't keep up with it.
Gotcha.
Which I find hilarious because Kojima, he was like, the game itself, the Solid series of everything was, pretty much introduced on the PlayStation 1. I mean, before that you had like the other Metal Gear games, but then the Metal Gear Solid they call it Solid because they introduced, 3D aspect. But, he got a little pissed off about the PS3. Because it didn't let him do what he wanted to do. Because it was just too damn difficult at the time to figure out the processor and all that. A lot of people had some problems with it. A lot of people, did really well with it. But that's why he's got the games coming out on like Xbox now and stuff. And it's funny is, because he felt like the Xbox was superior to the PlayStation. Well. The 720, but the Xbox One apparently still has a bunch of problems as far as 1080 support.
Gotcha.
And the PlayStation is like a beast right now.
Yeah.
So, there's that. But the Ground Zeroes is supposed to be it's basically one big level and you can play it as much as you want and it sets up for the next game. Which the next game is supposed to be like 8 years later or something like that after this.
So you're spending $30 to play one level.
Pretty much.
I can see why people would be kind of peeved at that.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, you know what, I'll just wait until I get a PlayStation 4 and I'll get the Phantom Pain, which will essentially have that damn chapter on there. I guarantee it if they have a special edition. So, fuck it.
True.
I can wait. Because I am in no big hurry for a PS4.
Yeah.
We were talking about Will before the podcast. He was actually considering getting an Xbox One just because of Titanfall.
Well, that's why most people would get the Xbox One. I would assume.
Oh, from what I've seen of it, it's just another mech game. A first-person mech game.
Yeah, people are saying it's a mixture between Call of Duty with like Silent Hill, not Silent Hill, what's it called? Armored Core. Because just like those two mixed together, and people love mechs. Who doesn't love mechs?
True, but Xbox has a franchise that they could revive and make badass if they wanted to.
They could try. I don't know how well it would work.
The Mechwarrior series was freaking awesome for the time. And that was their, what do they call it? It was their IP.
I think, did you ever see that one game for Xbox? It was a mech game, but you had to buy this controller that was like the $200 controller that had everything.
Yeah, it was all detailed. Every button actually worked within the game, but yeah, it was the only game that actually it worked with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
I wanted to play that game so bad.
And it was a shit game.
Was it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember X-Play reviewed it, and they were like, really cool joystick, really bad game. And yeah, it wasn't worth the money just for that one game.
Gotcha. But yeah, speaking of games, I'm starting to get the need again. I wanna do my tabletops, and there's no one around.
Oh.
Because LARPing, LARPing is like a band-aid, not a complete band-aid to the fix.
Right.
I need actual tabletop.
Mm-hmm.
And I need it now.
Well, I can't help you there, sir.
Because the main reason why I would prefer, like, Vampire, or D&D, or Pathfinder, or something like that over LARPing, is because when you do LARP, you're limited to a budget and what people can do physically.
Uh-huh.
But on a tabletop, you're only literally limited to your imagination.
Right.
And that's why I like it.
Yeah.
That and with tabletop, nothing is guaranteed to work in your favor.
True. Because
everything is a roll of the dice. It keeps you on your toes.
Yeah. With LARPing, it's, you just yell out hit points, but with, tabletop, it's literally a roll of the dice, like you say.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I miss just playing.
Yeah. Just get like a good group of people together and just hang, have fun, and play a game.
Right. Well, for so long now, I've been hosting games, and I miss actually just sitting back and guessing what's going to happen next.
Oh, you mean as actually just playing and not being the host?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because it's...
that's always one downfall of hosting at least one time, because then you're the permanent host.
Yeah, especially if you do it really well the first time.
Like you did.
Yeah.
How dare you do a great job?
I know, damn me. The hell's my problem?
And the only reason I never got taken off with our D&D campaign was simply because I was too...
Lazy?
No. I had shit going. But I was too... I don't know the right word for it, but I was too focused on every single little detail I couldn't get past, like, the first city.
Right.
Because I had to have every person, every building, everything had to have detail.
Yeah.
Because I'm the old school D&D player where every villager in that town is going to have stats in case you decide to kill somebody, or in case they decide to start fighting you. I need to have bases on how hard it's going to be to destroy this one building over this other building. Shit like that.
You still get a digital copy of the Game Informer, don't you?
Every once in a while.
You gotta check the latest one. It's one with Metal Gear on the cover. In the back of it, they have a section where they talk about D&D and how much it's influenced video gaming. It's right up your alley. It's a pretty good article.
But yeah, I've started searching harder now for a tabletop group. It's just hard. It's just hard sometimes, simply because whenever you actually find a group, they're like halfway through a campaign or something, or they've been doing something for like years, and it's hard being the new person into a group.
Yeah, I could see that. Especially those dedicated players who... Yeah, we almost played a game for my first game. We almost played for about a year, and we asked the guy who was telling the story. We're all like, "Hey, man, when's the end game coming?" Oh, that happened a long time ago. What? Yeah. It's like, well, you guys just wanted to keep playing. It was like, well, when did this happen? Oh, during the vampires in space incident. What? That was going to be the end of the fucking game? You jackass.
See, for me, whenever I do a tabletop, I don't want an end game. I want the story to keep going. I just have those characters just keep doing something. Because an end game means you have to start all over with brand new characters, and you spend all this time on this one guy, just working him up to being a badass.
Yeah.
And then you just have to scrap it and start over. I don't like that.
It's a double-sided coin. I mean, it can go one way or another, because if you're the storyteller and you're telling a story for a long, long time, and, you know, your end game is... that's why I like the concept of passing on the story. I wanted to do that.
That's where our guys were in charge?
Well, no, I mean, like, pass it on to somebody else within the group, the story,
Gotcha.
and let them take it off somewhere else, and then, you know, so on and so forth. Everybody has an end game for their story that they're wanting to tell.
Well, with our group, I think the only ones that would have done it besides you are me and maybe Elijah if he felt like it.
Yeah.
Because I know the other two wouldn't give a damn about it.
Oh, no. And like when we played with G,
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
If something doesn't go his way, he just got pissy.
He got pissy and quit.
But it doesn't help that I was doing me shit and kind of provoking him.
Well, even then, I mean, if he had a hold of the vampire story, if he, you know, had my mindset, he wouldn't let you get away with that shit in the vampire game. Because I never did.
To make it look like I'm not the dick, though, I did give him ample opportunity to read the rules on my character. I tried giving him the book to read what I was going to make. He said, no, I'm not going to read it. You go ahead and do it. His fault, not mine.
Yep.
I am not the dick. I am simply the exploiter of loopholes.
Uh-huh. The only problem was I wouldn't give you any loopholes.
You fucker.
Every time you found one, close that bitch up.
I am still pissed.
Yeah. That's how it works.
I think the entire... I was my Tremere for what? A good half of the year for the story?
More or less.
Yeah, I still tried to figure out a way to combine fire with movement of the mind, because I wanted to create a Kamehameha wave.
It's possible.
But you wouldn't let me do it.
No, I did. It's not that I didn't let you. It would have just taken too damn long to master.
I don't want to master it. I just want to have it fire in a general direction in front of me.
I'm sorry, there's just too many factors, you know, because the second that fire is out of your control, you fucking have to do a Rorschach check.
You mean like I did every time?
Exactly.
That wouldn't have bothered me, though, because I did it every time.
Yeah.
That's why I started dropping Infernos. I'm just going to be like, you know what, fuck this, I'm going to drop the sun on everybody.
I told you the way to do it, dickhead.
I don't think I was...
It had something to do with obtenebration, where you create something that has mass to it. Fire is essentially weightless, it has no weight to it. So that's what movement of the mind pretty much is. It has to have some weight to it. You can't just, make it up as you go.
There or something.
You set a tennis ball on fire and throw it at people.
Oh, why didn't I do shit like that?
Exactly.
Damn it. Get like one of those machines that shoot those tennis balls out at courts, and just hold like a campfire over the ammo, just coo, coo, coo.
Hell, in one game we ran into a Malkavian dwarf that went around. Yeah, the guy I told you about, his name was Sancho.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a habit of gutting out rats and filling them with match heads and throwing them at people.
See, I think the reason why I wasn't trying to be more creative with the game is I just didn't have a great understanding of the rules like I did for D&D.
Yeah, even though I gave you the book 100 times.
I think just because of my laziness not to learn the rules just kind of held my loophole searching back. But that's okay, I still had fun.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point, is just to have fun. Speaking of fun, this one's for you parents out there. Something found on Huffington Post. 9 signs your child had a past life. Uh-huh. Have you had a past life, Adam?
I believe I have.
Oh, yeah?
I do.
How so? Explain.
Well, you have, I link it to what's most commonly known as deja vu, where you walk somewhere or you see something and you're like, I've totally done this or I've seen this kind of shit before.
Yeah.
I've had shit like that happen to me, like when I went to New Mexico for my first time ever.
Mm-hmm.
Never been there before, never seen pictures of it, but I knew where shit was.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I believe in reincarnation. It's part of my whole spiritual belief. Not religious, but spiritual. Your
whole mantra, if you will?
Yeah. But people are just trying to make... I don't know what people are trying to make out of this. It's weird shit, apparently.
Yeah.
The first 3 things... the first 3 sentences in this article just kind of make me laugh.
Yeah, I know, right? Isn't that great? It says, does your 3-year-old have a strange understanding of the inner workings of the Titanic? Is your 6-year-old boy able to translate the words of Adolf Hitler? Does your 7-year-old girl say bizarre things about how she spied on you in a window from heaven before she was born? Ooh.
And because it doesn't really say, like, because that one where it says 7-year-old girl spies on you from a window from heaven. Heaven and reincarnation do not go together. In heaven, you stay there for fucking eternity. Whereas reincarnation...
It depends on how you look at it or how you're taught in your religious beliefs, but,
Alright,
generally speaking.
Let me rephrase that then. All heavens I've heard of are permanent.
Okay.
I have not yet learned of a temporary heaven. Yeah.
There's only one.
There can be only one.
No, but, go over these signs. So, parents, if you're listening, look at your kids very closely. Like the first one, adult-like behavior. Kids who've allegedly been someone else in a past life seem to act in a way beyond their years and show skills more in common with someone older.
And it's funny, because the little GIF it shows for that just shows a kid hitting a button on a keyboard.
Yeah, the GIFs that are on here, they'll be posted below. I've actually seen this. It was from a show, I think it was on the biography channel called Ghost Inside My Child, and this kid had nightmares about the Titanic, and he'd been super fascinated with it. And the game he's playing is a game that I'm familiar with. It's a Titanic game called Titanic Adventure Out of Time. And it was one of the earlier, not necessarily 3D, but it was like one of those, kind of like Myst.
I fucking hate Myst so much.
Well, this is a game with a story. There's kind of a story to Myst, but, bear with me. I recognize the game right off the bat, and it's pretty cool because you can walk through the entire Titanic just about.
Yeah, because from the little glimpse of the actual video game I see on here, obviously it's one of those maze games and all that shit.
Yeah, kind of. You get to run through all the different classes of the ship, because the story is, it's a guy from the beginning of the game takes place during World War II. You're an British agent of some sort, not necessarily cool as Bond, but, and, he talks about how he kind of, has regrets of the past and stuff, and all of a sudden he's bombed to hell, and boom, he's transported back into time to where he was on the Titanic as an agent. And incidentally enough, the character was sick during, like, the first few days, and he wakes up on the night that, they crashed into the fucking iceberg. Naturally. And it's kind of cool because in the game, you have to do, like, certain events to prevent major events of the future from that point.
Okay.
Like, you can prevent the rise of Hitler because you can find one of his paintings. And instead of becoming a mad bastard dictator, he becomes a famous artist. And that leads to this person and that person and so on and so forth. The Bolsheviks being in the... Yeah.
So it's a game with basically butterfly effects.
Yeah. But,
that is a kind of interesting story, actually.
It is. It's a pretty cool game for its time. And, but going back to the connection to this kid, the kid, when he's playing the game, he knows the ins and outs of the ship without having a fucking map. Because the game itself is pretty damn accurate as far as the inner workings of the Titanic. So he's just going through without any help. Going from room to room, and that's how, detailed the game was.
Yeah.
And because he can go through, and he knows where everything is. Well, I gotta go, forward, aft. Boom, 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 he's there. I was like, wow. But he had, like, supposedly he might have, people came to the conclusion he might have been the, reincarnation of, what the fuck was his name? Right off the top of my head. Andrews, who was the ship designer. Either that or he was, one of the engineers of some sort.
Gotcha.
But yeah, he knew that ship inside and out without even, having any help. But moving right along, specific past like memories. Let's see, who are they talking about? This is what happens when you don't read the... yeah. Producer of the show, Sandra Alvarez-Smith, admits the pool is too small to be scientifically valid, but said she's amazed at the similarities between kids who've been interviewed so far. She says the supposedly reincarnated kids she's interviewed say things like, "I was on the train," or "I used to be." Traumatic moments. That's another one. Most of the kids, Alvarez Smith says, are claiming there's somebody else in a past life, have traumatic memories of a violent death. One example is Carson Coupler, who told her mom, Beth, she remembered being in the 1995 Oklahoma City bombing, which happened years before she was born. Ugh. It's hard enough being a kid, but when something like that, affects you, can you imagine? Something that you don't understand?
That would be kind of crazy.
I mean, I can see how that can, traumatize somebody. Specifically, like, if you remember your past life, you're somebody who was beheaded. You have night terrors of having your head lopped off over and over again. Yeah. Yeah, and any knowledge of other languages. Kids may be remembering a past life sometimes and have knowledge of the language they spoke, such as a 6-year-old boy who was able to translate the words of Adolf Hitler, even though none of the relatives knew German.
That's a kind of a funny gift for that one.
I know. I mean, I've actually heard of, people, getting hit on the head, and all of a sudden they're speaking with a different accent, an accent, or a whole other language. Or they forget an entire language. I've heard of that.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's an actual phenomenon that happens.
Why didn't we figure this out before? I would have had you hit me on the head every night.
Why, so you can have a different accent every night?
I'll do it until I learn a new language.
It's like, fuck Rosetta Stone, just hit me over the head with a hammer. It'd be a lot cheaper, that's for sure.
True.
How much is it?
And I'm sure you'd have a lot more fun.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's like, alright, Adam, here's the hammer. Hit me on the head till I start speaking another language.
Yeah, okay, I got this.
Not tongues, an actual language.
Okay.
Be on the ground just like twitching. He's not talking. He's not talking.
I'm just gonna keep hitting him until he says something in another language. Night terrors are another sign. The kids who believe they were someone in a past life often experience night terrors. Their eyes open, but they're in the middle of a terrible nightmare, Alvarez Smith said. You ever had night terrors?
Don't know the difference between a night terror and a nightmare.
Night terrors are you're kind of cognizant, I guess you could say, of what your surroundings, but I don't know.
In that case, I've had one.
Okay.
Scared the shit out of me. I think I've told you this one before. I don't know if I have or not. I was being chased by Batman, oddly enough.
Oh, yeah. He was going to lay down some justice on your ass.
Fucking, yeah, I was running through Gotham and all that shit. Jumping rooftop to rooftop, and I had Batman on my tail. And I know this, like, I'm like running through, and I'm like, I know this is a dream. Why the fuck is Batman chasing me, and why am I running from Batman?
That's what you get for whatever you did.
and I wake up, right, and the moment I wake up is right when Batman has me. He's holding me up by the neck, and he's about to gut me with his batarang.
Damn.
And that's right as he basically stabs me is when I wake up.
Yeah, he doesn't even get that mad at the Joker.
Well, I know, what the fuck did I do?
Exactly, what the fuck did you do?
Did I murder his parents?
No, he wasn't even that bad to that guy. He chased him to a bunch of other gangsters who gunned him down.
I have no idea what I did to piss him off so much.
You must have slaughtered the entire Bat family, Gordon, burned down his business,
killed Alfred.
Yeah, skull-fucked Alfred thoroughly in front of him, and then pissed on his parents' grave, or pissed on his parents' bones. You really got on his fucking nerves. The point where he's, I'm going to chase you down and gut you.
Yeah.
Damn. And yeah, in the meantime, you know, all the other villains are like, whoo!
Only upside, it was Kevin Conroy.
Awesome.
Yep.
If you're going to die to somebody's voice, it should be Kevin Conroy.
I know.
That's the last voice you hear.
You really know you pissed somebody off.
Right.
When you have the Batman voice coming at you.
Yeah. Here's another one. Advanced skills. Besides having knowledge of other languages, kids who may be having a past life regression show advanced skills beyond their years. Like the picture they show is a little girl doing Chinese calligraphy.
It could just be scribbles.
No, it's actual calligraphy. They're real words.
Yeah, I know.
Still, that's kind of badass. I want to wake up and have calligraphy skills.
I'll hit you on the head with a hammer.
Nah, I'll just bump my head against the wall every so often.
Aw.
It's like, bonk. Nothing.
Do it too hard, you'll just be doing finger painting for a while.
Hey,
look, I'm talented.
I know what I'm doing. I'm writing the word for peace or some shit.
I'm creating a future language right now.
Yep. Keep hitting me. The world will thank us later. I like this one. This one I'm not too sure of. Morbid drawings of death. A lot of kids do that every so often. Now this kid, on the other hand, he was drawing, you know, the Titanic.
It's always the Titanic.
Sinking. Well, because the main story focused on this kid.
Mm.
Who was, yeah. And, he drew a lot of drawings of the Titanic breaking apart and stuff. I don't know, I mean, could that be maybe a fascination? Because a lot of kids...
Well, it would depend on if he'd had actual previous knowledge of the Titanic. Like, before they did this study on him, did he have a book of the Titanic? Did he watch the movie of the Titanic? It all really depends.
Yeah,
If he had no knowledge, no modern knowledge of, like, a book or someone telling him or the movie of the Titanic, and he starts saying this shit, then it's possible.
Yeah. But when I was a kid, in third grade, I had a kind of obsession with the assassination of JFK.
But did someone tell you about it, or did you learn about it as a kid?
No,
or did just that knowledge just pop into your head one day without anybody telling you?
I kind of learned about it. It was around the time of, Mike's doing something weird. Hold on. It was, speak from back here, maybe. Back here. Weird. Blah, 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 blah. It was around 93, I think, when it was like the 30th anniversary. And it was a kind of a real big thing at the time. I mean, I didn't have any, like, previous knowledge of it until then. But, I mean, kids get into some weird shit. Like you said, is it likely he got into a book? Maybe.
Yeah, I was into some weird, kind of morbid stuff as a child.
Because he was, I guess, born around the time that movie came out.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to say the game came out a little bit after the movie.
Well, at least your strange fascination was historical.
Yeah. And the sad is I know more about it than you do, considering it's literally in your backyard in Dallas.
Correct. Didn't even know it was in Dallas until you told me.
That's pretty fucked up, man.
Yep.
A major president was gunned down downtown Dallas, and you never even knew.
Hey. I didn't do it.
Or did you? Maybe you were
or did I?
Maybe you were one of the assassins, or, as they say, Lee Harvey Oswald in a past life. Remember taking any pictures with a rifle in a newspaper?
Well, there was this one time. Damn it. They found me finally.
I knew it.
But yeah, when I was a kid, my strange fascination, English, was guillotines.
Right.
I loved, well, still kind of do, guillotines.
One of the Huffington Post articles I was going through would have been right up your alley. Because they mentioned that the guillotine was still in use around the 1970s.
Nice.
Yeah. Isn't that fucked up?
Not at all.
Of course not to you.
Guillotines are a perfectly legitimate source of punishment to the unjust.
Well, says you.
Yes.
Off with their head. Memories of the period between lives.
Limbo.
Children who believe they were someone else in a previous existence sometimes have vivid memories of the in-between stage. They also tell their parents they saw them through a window in heaven before they were born.
My personal opinion on this in-between stage is complete bullshit.
Yeah.
See, I'm on this article's side, except for this point right here. To me, this is just utter bullshit.
You don't believe in waiting around in between lives?
No, I do, but you don't have a consciousness of it. You're just the floating soul, just kind of in the cosmos of the universe.
You don't believe you see anything or hear anything, or really?
Nothing.
You're just there.
You have from the point of your death to the point of your next reincarnation, you have no recollection of what happens in between.
Well, maybe they were a special case.
Maybe.
You know, there's a movie out there called Defending Your Life with Albert Brooks. I love this movie. It's about, this guy, he's like an agent of some type, sports agent, and he dies by getting hit by a bus. And he goes to
Thanks
this...
for ruining the movie for me.
Well, no, this isn't the first 5 minutes. They don't barely leave in the trailer, so you've missed nothing. No, but he goes on to like this in-between world between like they basically judge you on how you lived your life. And depending on how they view your life, if you're ready to move on, you'll move on. If not, you go back down and try again. Interesting. Yeah, basically, it's an interesting movie.
So it's kind of kind of mixes between both reincarnation and, I guess, a heaven or an afterlife.
Yeah, kind of.
That's kind of weird.
It's pretty cool. I mean, here on that existence, you can order whatever you want as far as like food and stuff. You walk around in kind of like white toga type uniforms. But whatever you order, as far as food wise, it's perfect. It's the best food you've ever tasted. And essentially you go and sit down and review moments in your life. And you have like a, typical, it's kind of like a courtroom, but you're not being judged. You got three kind of judges, and then you got somebody who defends you, and then you got somebody who kind of like a prosecution.
Holy shit, I just had a philosophical thought.
Oh, yeah?
I think I said that right.
Philosophical thought? Yeah, go
That's
on.
That's the one.
Okay.
It pertains to this one point, too. What if Earth is the in-between, then, and how you act here is how you will be quote-unquote judged to go on to the next life.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
There you go. Maybe. I don't know.
Just had to throw that thought out there.
Yeah. What if this is limbo?
Yeah, basically.
Ain't so bad. Could be better. A lot of flaws. Worse. But then again, what else is perfect?
Me?
Oh, you're perfect.
Obviously.
Okay, believe that. Go ahead. Yeah, but the last one talks about the earlier mother. We'll get this one. Kids who claim they've had a past life will bring up their earlier parent by talking about my other mother. Huh. Yeah. That one is still just kind of like, meh. Talk about your other mother.
Brother from another mother?
Yeah, some people got those. I got a couple of those. Now, for you parents out there, if any of your kids fall up underneath any of these categories, they got here at the bottom, if you or your child have a past life, apply online or emailing mychildstory@yahoo.com. You can also contact Alvarez Smith at 323-414-7580 or Amanda Spain at 323-410-7859. Give them a caller. Oh, there's a correction at the end. Earlier version of the story said that the upcoming version of Ghost Inside My Child will be the My Life. No, yeah. It's on, it is on Lifetime Movie Network. Should be rebranded LMN. Also, Adolf Hitler's name was spelled incorrectly. You fucked up Hitler's name.
That's not like he's going to do anything about it.
He might. Mach schnell. Juden raus. Hausfassen.
I just thought of a funny side note to that.
Uh-huh.
What if the first Nazi that was an author, or to books and whatnot, would he be considered the first grammar Nazi?
Hitler wrote a book. He was a Nazi, I think, one of the first.
Yeah, Hitler's the original grammar Nazi.
Yep. His book was called Mein Kampf. You don't know what it is, look it up, sir. Educate yourself. You might wind up on a watch list if you check it out, though.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm Googling that now, then.
Yep.
I'm probably already on a watch list for all the petitions I've signed to stop our government.
Fuck them. Sign more. No, but, yeah. Past life, I mean, I haven't seen anything to...
It's like the whole paranormal. There's no proof to
no
prove
hard
it is
data.
real or to prove it's not real.
No hard data. So I'm indifferent either way. I mean, if it can be proven, yeah, prove it. If not, then ta.
Science that bitch.
Yep. Get all scientific on that motherfucker. Speaking of scientific. Yeah. Segue, kind of, sort of.
Well, Earth science.
Yeah, true. But science, nonetheless.
Science!
But yeah, this goes right into your article here of,
Yeah, I saw this post today. It was, there's these things called Earthships. They had a previous name before, but they're called Earthships now.
Mm-hmm.
And, excuse me, Earthships are 100% sustainable homes that are both cheap to build and awesome to live in, so it says. They offer amenities like no other sustainable building style you have come across. And this article gives 10 reasons why Earthships are fucking awesome. Title of the article.
Yeah.
Which you know it's going to be amazing if it says that.
Right.
Point number the first. Sustainable does not mean primitive. When people hear about sustainable, off-the-grid living, they usually picture primitive homes, divorced from the comforts of the 21st century, and rightfully so, as most of them are.
Yeah.
Earthships, however, offer all the comforts of modern homes and more. Actually, on the that second site I sent you,
yeah,
page, it shows. I clicked on one of the links on there, and you can actually rent out some Earthships. They got some in New Mexico.
Yeah.
Where you can rent them out like a motel room or something. And there's this one called the Lemuria Earthship. 1 bed, 1 bath. It's got its own growing food section. It has its own Wi-Fi. Has Apple TV with Netflix, and it's dog friendly.
Ooh.
Sleeps 1 to 2 people, $160 per night.
Huh.
I guess that's... How much is it for like a hotel?
For a decent high-end one, about that. But this isn't exactly, the fucking Four Seasons.
True. Well, depending where you live, it could be 4 seasons.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's basically saying how they have everything that a modern home, English again, modern home have, just off the grid style.
Right.
Point number 2, dos, as some would say.
Duh.
Each Earthship is outfitted with 1 or 2 greenhouses that grow crops year-round no matter the climate. This means you can feed yourself with only the plants growing inside your house. You can also choose to build a fish pond and or chicken coop in your Earthship for a constant source of meat and eggs.
Chicken.
See, for me, if I was to do that, I wouldn't be able to have, like, a chicken coop or anything. If I did, I would only eat the eggs, simply because I'd be too much of a bitch to actually kill the chicken.
Yeah.
I'd still probably drive to a store and have the pre-killed animal. Yeah.
Free food.
Basically. Free food if you're vegetarian, mostly.
Yeah, or if you're a vegan.
Same thing, isn't it?
No. Veganism is, it's hard to break down, but, they're not necessarily vegetarians either.
Huh.
Yeah, it's weird, but at the same time, it's... Fuck, you got the internet in front of you. Look it up.
I do have the internet in front of me.
I'm not a teacher.
But I don't care about veganism, so I won't look it up.
Alright, moving right along. Fair enough.
Point number trace. It's brilliant water cycling. Even the most arid of climates can provide enough water for daily use through only a rain harvesting system.
Yeah, now that's where I'm a little skeptical, because you're in the middle of the fucking desert, right?
Yeah, the picture it has is in the fucking desert. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
I'm sure it comes with it's the base tank probably already comes with water in it or something like that to start off.
Yeah.
It says the entire roof of the Earthship funnels rainwater to a cistern, which then pumps into the sinks and showers when required. That used, the gray water is then pumped into the greenhouse to water the plants. After being cleaned by the plants, the water is pumped up into the bathrooms for use in the toilets. And after being flushed, the now black water is pumped into the exterior garden to give nutrients to non-edible plants. So it is cool that they recycle the water through the entire house.
Yeah.
Nice and fancy like that.
Yeah, but essentially that's a septic tank, and you're going to need other means besides, how are you going to get it out in a very, environmentally friendly way? Get all your nasty bits. Because have you ever interacted with the septic system?
I have not.
They're a bitch, from what I hear.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Because essentially you don't have any sewage. You actually have to have it pumped out once a month. Oh, so it's
basically just a box of poo.
Yes.
Ew.
Yeah, and if you flush the wrong thing down that son of a bitch, it'll back up.
Gotcha.
And they're a pain to deal with.
Point number 4. Warmth and shelter. See, I thought this part was kind of cool. It is the most brilliant piece of engineering in the Earthship is their ability to sustain comfortable temperatures year-round. Even in the freezing cold or blistering heat, it hovers around 70 degrees Fahrenheit.
I'd have to see that for myself.
Which is nice, because I like 70 degrees.
Or experience it. Yeah, 70 degrees is awesome.
Said the large greenhouse windows at the front of the house always face south to allow the sun to heat up thermal mass throughout the daytime.
Yeah, so it's essentially 70 degrees all night, maybe.
Might drop a little bit.
I don't know about all that.
Eh.
Might want to break out. You might want to break out the Snuggie after a while.
Point number 5, energy. Basically solar panels and wind turbines.
Yeah.
Saying as long as you don't suck all the energy out like a modern American, you'll be good.
Yeah, what does that mean, though? I
don't know. Because I don't really use too much energy. All the energy the only time I have lights on is when it's dark outside. And the only thing I have plugged in is my laptop and my phone.
Yeah, but TV and consoles and stuff like that?
My TV is not plugged in. My console is a handheld.
Yeah, but what about the other people?
What?
They want to watch Blu-rays. They gotta watch their fucking Blu-ray.
I need my Blu-ray, man.
I need my movies, my Netflix, bitches.
I guess don't have it like we had at the apartment with me, Elijah, and Kyle, where we had all the electrics running at the same time.
Yeah, even I was living in an all bills paid, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
The fuck are you doing?
Basically, don't do what we did.
Yeah. You got all the computers running, you got all the consoles running, you got the damn cable box, the TVs, and to top it off, you've got, didn't Kyle have it down to like 50 degrees constantly in the summer?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, all those times where you said it was burning fucking hot.
Yeah.
Every time I walked into the apartment, I had to have my big-ass fucking jacket on.
Oh my god.
It was literally like sleeping inside the dairy cooler.
And,
sure, it was fantastic, but it cost a motherfucker.
Yeah, that's when you drop off and say, hey, motherfucker, you can pay a majority of this if you keep dropping it down.
Yeah.
Even here, I mean, we keep it around, 78 at least.
Yeah.
I mean, between 78 and 75 is the lowest we'll go, depending on how hot it is, and that can be a bit of a pain. But yeah, I know your bills were astronomical.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Point number 6.
Cease.
Freedom.
Freedom isn't free.
Point number 6. America. What's that mean? Freedom.
Freedom.
With all of your basic needs provided for and no bills each month, you're free. You don't have to work a job. You hate to survive. You can just focus your time on doing what you love and bettering the world around you.
Maybe.
See, I could see that, not having any bills or anything, but that's just if you have just this.
You have anemones to pay for.
Like, what happens? How are you going to get around? Are you going to just bike everywhere?
Yeah, that and
bike pedal? I'm sure you're going to need a car.
There are things out there that, basic needs. Phone.
See, the thing that gets me is just like how it says you don't have to work a job. What if you want to go hang with friends? Who's going to pay for your food?
Exactly.
Can't always have the party at your place because you got all the freaking vegetables.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to just, slap some vegetables on a counter at the restaurant you're at and say, oh, I'm good with these? No, I mean, I could see in the long run you could save a lot of money.
Basically, if I had something like this, I would go to a part-time job, maybe, instead of full-time. But I would still have a job.
Right.
Simply because I have to keep myself busy.
Yeah, that too. Can't just be gardening all day.
I've yet to find a hobby I can do by myself that keeps me entertained for that long a time.
Right.
Point number 7.
7.
Easy to build. At a recent Earthship conference in Toronto, Canada, a married couple in their 40s shared about how they built a 3-story Earthship by themselves in 3 months. They had never built anything before in their lives and were able to build an Earthship with only the printed plans. They did not hire help, nor did they use any expensive equipment. If one man and one woman can do this in 3 months, anyone can.
Maybe.
False. What if you try to build it and you have no arms?
Uh-huh.
Ah.
Yeah, or no thumbs.
Way to single out all the quadriplegics.
I mean, you can keep your arms, but what about no thumbs?
That would suck. That'll take you much longer.
Oh, yeah. You'd be fucked.
So wait, if one man and one woman can do this in 3 months, how fast could it be done by Mexicans? Well, like 5 minutes?
Try 3 hours.
That would be hilarious to do.
Right?
Who wants a 3-story house? Really?
Yeah, especially one that's pretty much a fucking adobe.
a married couple. Doesn't say they have kids, so it's just those two in a 3-story fucking house.
Uh-huh. Well, maybe, it's not like, spread out.
It's like, way to go, just show your dick to everybody.
Well, no, I mean, it might not be like 6 or 7 rooms per floor either.
But still, though.
It might be like 2 or 3 rooms per floor. Kitchen, dining room, living room. From there, you can put in like the main bedroom, guest bedroom, bath. And then on top of that, you've got a solarium of some type, an atrium maybe.
I'd much rather have just a giant 1-floor house than a multiple level one.
True.
I can walk in a straight line forever, just not stairs. Stairs hurt.
I went for a walk today.
Especially at night.
Yeah, I went for a walk today. Don't know if I'm going to do that very often. Not because, no, it's not because I was tired. It was just a pain in the ass to, it's not like it used to be because, I had everything around me.
Yeah.
I decided to walk down to May.
Yeah.
Walk was nice. It was a good brisk walk. Got some good exercise. I was fine with that. What I wasn't fine with is, crossing a fucking bridge and a highway that I thought a crosswalk was there, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
So I'm walking literally like on the edge of the road with cars flying by me. I'm like, okay, I'm not doing this very often.
Yeah, I've actually found a walk route that's pretty easy for me to do, pretty safe too. Depending on how I feel, it's either a 3-mile walk or a 4-mile walk.
Nice.
Yeah. If it's a 3-mile walk, I go past one park and down another street and back. That's 3 miles. Or 4 miles is I pass the park, go down the street, go down even further down there to the second park.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
Yeah. Because of that, I've actually found out that I've been losing weight too.
I have been too a little bit. I've been, ever since I got sick, I've been really, really watching what I eat. Cause, I mean, not just because, it's good for you, because I'm fucking paranoid.
Yeah. I've been, because we don't have the McDonald's connected anymore and it's a Subway now.
Yeah.
I eat it. I have the Subway Club on just the flatbread now for lunch.
Yeah.
And I've changed my main drink of I'll have like maybe a Coke every 2 days now. My main drink is tea.
Yeah. Because I can do hot tea. I can't do iced tea. Iced tea for me, I don't know. It's just kind of wool.
Give you some iced tea with some cold ham.
I'm kind of indifferent about ham now. It depends on how it's cut, I think. I don't like the prepackaged stuff. Like I think I can do deli style ham, maybe. Well, moving on.
Point number the 8th.
8. Ocho.
Cheap.
Dirt cheap. Literally
well, not
dirt
cheap.
No, it's dirt. I got dirt in there. Look at that.
That's true. It's a lot of fucking dirt.
Yeah.
Earthships are extraordinarily cheaper than conventional houses. The most basic Earthship costs as little as $7,000. It's a simple survival model. I'm sure that means it can survive zombies or something.
Yeah, that might be.
The bed difference has survival in the name. With the most glamorous models costing up to $70,000 and higher.
That's a lot for a dirt house.
True. But it's a dirt house with no bills, basically.
Glamorous. Yeah. Glammed out.
With, like, I guess, glass pane windows or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, in some of those pictures, the wall with all the different colors, those are like glass bottles indented into the wall.
Oh, okay, I see.
And then point number the 9th.
9.
Made of recycled materials. Much of the materials used to build Earthships are recycled. For starters, the structure is built with used tires filled with dirt.
See? A lot of fucking dirt.
It is. But you gotta admit, dirt is a great insulator.
True.
The walls are created by placing plastic and glass bottles in concrete. It shows that little design
I
was talking about. When the Earthship team was in Haiti after the earthquake, they employed local kids to both clean up the streets and provide all of the bottles required for building their Earthship.
Also, they built these over in other countries already.
Yeah, oh yeah. They've been doing lots of stuff. Well, not like full Earthships, but like almost a cheap version of the Earthship. Because of where they live, they don't have as much space for like the entire building. So they build smaller versions of them over there. I've seen it was a small documentary on them. It was pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, point number the 10th.
X.
The most is think different. The most powerful thing Earthships do is force people to think differently about how we live. If housing can be this awesome and be this beneficial to the environment, then what else can we change? What else can become more simple, cheaper, and better at the same time?
Sex?
You know, harder, faster, better, stronger, that kind of stuff.
You totally glossed over what I said.
Oh, no, I heard it.
It can become more simple, cheaper, and better. Not so hard to get to. It's like, oh yeah, you want a simple, you want it simple? Oh, we'll keep it simple. Missionary only. Cheaper? $5. There you go. Better? That just depends on your taste. Good luck. What? Wait a minute. No, I mean, I would probably hang out in one just to see what it was like. Spend a week in one.
All I know is if I ever did make one, I would totally make it look like a hobbit hole.
That's what I would like to live in, as a hobbit hole.
That's what I would do.
Because I would totally live in, like a Bilbo Baggins looking house.
Hell yeah.
That'd be freaking awesome. Yeah, I think I'd get used to that. It'd be fun. The only problem is, though, flooding.
Well, there's always a problem with flooding if you live on the ground.
Yeah, but, I mean, you could somewhat salvage a house from a flood, but, like, something like this, if the rain is, like, say, like, you have, like, torrential downpours, like, for, like, a month.
So build on top of a slight incline.
No,
like a
but
hill or something.
Do they withstand rainstorms? I mean, they have them built out in desert-like environments. Like Haiti and stuff like that isn't exactly, well, I mean, it's tropical, but in the areas they have them in, I'm pretty sure it's flat land and lots of dirt.
From the way the pictures show these buildings, they look pretty fucking sturdy.
Right. Well,
the only thing that looks like it might be a problem is hail.
Oh,
and that's
man.
just for the south side of the house where all the windows are.
Yeah, your shit's getting fucked up. No, that'd be cool. I would live in one. Yeah, maybe for about a week, just to see what it was like.
Well, how about this? You and I can go to New Mexico and we can try one of theirs.
Alright. I'm in.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Road trip.
Road trip. No. Bro trip.
What? Yeah, you lost me there.
Bro trip, because we're bros.
Uh-huh. Okay. See, that's the problem with having you living in Texas now. I can't reach over and just slap the shit out of you for saying something so stupid. So I'm just going to build up a bag of slaps for you. How about that? So the next time I see you, I just open up. Oh, you remember this? Oh, hey, you remember this?
How about this? I officially make Will my slaps receiver.
Oh, he already gets slaps from me.
Now he gets mine as well.
Alright, I'll make sure he told him you said that.
He is the ambassador for my slaps.
Alright, he'll be your avatar, basically.
Mm-hmm. So whenever I say something stupid, just walk up to him and give him a good pop.
All right, I'm already building up right now. Warming up my hand. Front or back? Front or back? It's your choice.
Gotta do the pimp slap backways.
Whip smack?
Mm-hmm. Warm up the pimp hand.
True. Well, I think that about covers it for this week. What about you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty good. At least we didn't end on a down note like last week.
Yep.
Talking about murder and... Murder. So, yeah, I mean, is your kid, do they have past life regression?
Is your kid Hitler? Yes or no?
And if so, would you put him in an Earthship?
Hippie Hitler. Dude, that could be a TV show.
No, they already have a comic strip out there. It's Hipster Hitler.
Ha!
Yeah, it's terrible. So bad it's good, or so good it's bad. I don't know. Either way, yeah. How about you, listener? Would you live in an Adobe? Well, they're not Adobe. Earthship, excuse me. I know Adam B. wants to. And could you do it? How long? Comment below. Like this. Subscribe. Do all that other good stuff. But until then, thanks for listening as always. And, well, that'll cover it. For This Could Get Weird, I'm Adam Stone.
I'm Adam Blosher.
Stay weird, everyone.